Welcome to this podcast on Real Gossip. I have with me Mr. Ashley, who is a very active member of RIA Foundation, which is based in Mangalore, Kulshekar. I welcome you to this podcast. Let's learn more about your life and your experience with the RIA. And
Firstly, thank you, Annette, for giving me an opportunity to be on your podcast. It's always lovely speaking to
welcome.
you. And for those who do not know me, my name is Ashley Fernandez. I was born in Bangalore. I am a student of St. Joseph's Institutions. I pursued my BCom degree, but then I had to drop out of college. I started my career in sales, and later I started working with the world's largest internet service provider called America Online. So AOL gave me a chance to grow, on various leadership roles and exposures unheard of. And later on, it also gave me a chance to kind of, learn a lot of new avenues. So after that, I worked with John Distilleries for a short stint. So overall, I had a beautiful journey. So it was during the AOL days that I met a colleague of mine, Kirtana, who was a mother and a sister of a special child. So it was her, who introduced me to this whole world of disability, which changed the course of my life. So my journey began with the corporate world, but today I'm deeply involved in social service through RIA Foundation.
Okay, so let's move on to next question. How is your career or your journey influenced you in your life?
My career has been very diverse. The corporate world gave me stability, success, and all the luxuries, a young man wanted at that time. But while working at AOL, I had a realization. Despite being in the 21st century, I knew so little about the world of special needs. One haunting question
Mhm.
I often heard from parents of children with disabilities was, after me, who? If something happens to me, who would take care of my child? The lack of proper care homes, the very little support from the government or private agencies, moved me very deeply. And that question became the seed that led me to dedicate my career to build RIA Foundation. So in many ways, my corporate background gave me the skills, but my life's journey gave me the purpose.
Okay, good to know that you're so greatly involved with the RIA and they have influenced you a lot in your life. So let's move on to our next question. Is holistic health and wellness important to you? What do you say about it?
To me, wellness is not just physical, it's mind, body, and spirit in balance. So in life, it's not about how much baggage you carry, but whether you're carrying the right one. Too often, we drag oversized emotional suitcases around with us. So holistic health is necessary, but because of our lifestyle choices, the stress, the emotions, all that shapes up on how we live. So simple practices like a good nutrition, food, exercise, prayers, or even learning how to respond instead of reacting can help us live
Yes,
not just longer lives, but more meaningful lives.
yes. I think patience also is very important along
Absolutely,
with
absolutely.
to improve yourself because a lot of people have got anxiety issues going on
True,
and they
true.
take a lot of medications for that, which is not necessary,
Yes,
right?
the best
So,
medication is human touch.
yeah, that's right. So, if you have any stress, like every people have got stress in their life, like how do you de-stress it?
Oh, I have, I've always been a happy-go-lucky man. I've loved everything I do in life. My de-stress is going on long drives, listening to music, playing with my pets, or even talking to my car. I treat my car like uh, it's like a human. So I would hold the steering and talk to my car most of the time. I love striking conversations with, strangers. Like if I go to a mall, I would just see someone and just start a conversation. Any random person, especially in the counters when you have the sales guy with their nameplate on. I would call them by their name and they would be wondering, how did I get to know their name? So these small things that you do, bring in a lot of happiness. So I also spend a lot of time with friends, family, um, like something that we used to do in our old days. So on a Sunday when we are
Yes.
we are cooking our meal, we make sure we go together. Um, to shop the groceries. We come home, we are all in the kitchen helping each other. There's some good music in the background, a little bit of dance. So these are small things that
Yes.
we do, in the house. But my greatest joy comes from spending time with the children at Ria Foundation. Their
Mm-hmm.
innocence just melts you. It melts all the stress away. So at times when I'm at office alone, and if I'm having a bad day or something is troubling me, I do not know how these kids sense it. So they would calmly come and just keep their palm on your cheek to just tell you that, don't worry, these problems will all go away. So these are small things that happen, which one must be blessed to have them around. I often say,
Yes.
pray in the traditional sense, but have the conversation is very, very important. Like I have a conversation with my creator. I'm not the usual, uh, praying. I don't have a pattern to pray. Sometimes I just talk to plants. I would just kind of talk to the sky. To
It's
do it
good to
again.
know that, no, it's good to
Okay.
know that you have a lot of activities which you carry on with your family members, with the people around, especially with your pet dog and with your own personal item like the car and the plants and animals. I like that a lot. So
Thank you.
it's good to learn a few things from different people and try to adopt that in our life. So let's move on to our next question. Like, how has social media influenced you?
Social media is a big boon. It has made the world flat. It allows you to share stories, raise awareness, also connect you with communities across the globe. So at RIA, it has helped us reach a lot of people who believe in our cause. Of course, it can be overwhelming at times if used negatively, but if used wisely, I think it's a very powerful tool.
Yeah, that's right. So there are advantages and disadvantages in social media. So it is the way how you adopt it in your life, right? So do you believe in faith? Like any experience you have faced in your life?
Yes, I deeply believe in faith and prayer. They've carried me through my toughest moments. Like, if I could share a memory, when RIA just started, I was left with my last rupee with me. So, Kirtana's little child, Ria, we were sitting in the room and thinking how we would survive the next day. So, as we were
Okay.
conversing, she just came and she tore the 500 rupee note into pieces. And I was like, what do tomorrow? I mean, we were just talking about not having any money, and the last 500 rupee note also was torn. Um, so that night, I just stood on my balcony and I looked up the sky. I did not beg, I did not complain. I simply told my creator, you brought me this far. I mean, you know what's best for me. And you won't believe the next morning, some donor, some random donor who I've not met,
Okay.
drops into Ria and says, it was an occasion at our house and we've decided to sponsor the meal, entire day's meal at Ria Foundation. So God has his
Okay.
miracles in various ways. You need to be
Yes.
connected. See, a creator could be a name outside or it could be your own soul. So you need to spend some time talking to yourself. I think prayers are very, very important. You can pray. Prayer doesn't have a form. It can just be a conversation, but it is very, very important to have.
Yes, that's right. Like faith is also important along with other means of living in everybody's life. So let's move
True.
on to next question. Like you have been involved so much with the RIA Foundation. Like how it has changed your perspective.
When I first expressed my interest in starting Ria Foundation, Keertana asked me if I was really ready. With all the josh, I was like, yes, I can do it. So to test me, she asked me to look after her daughter, her little Ria, who was a 6-year-old
Okay.
child with intellectual disabilities. She was nonverbal. She was extremely hyper. So at first, I thought it was a cakewalk. It's very easy. So the first day went very well. I managed everything. But soon my patience, started wearing out. One day, Ria started throwing tantrums. That day was like one. She refused to eat food. She cried nonstop. She messed up the entire house. Just when I was cleaning everything, she found a block of butter. She smeared it all over the wall on the bed, and I broke down. I mean, that was my. So that's when Keith gently explained. She told me the work. This work calls for utmost patience and love, and
Yes.
I think that moment humbled me. So over the years with these children, my life has transformed. Um, Leaps and bounds. They have taught me patience, they've taught me unconditional love. The joy is found in small, simple things that we do. So my perspective shifted from chasing success to living with a purpose. I think that's what Priya did to me.
Okay. So, if anybody wants to approach Ria Foundation, maybe help through a little bit of give their time or maybe financial help, like how to go about it.
For firstly, people, if they would like to know about RIA Foundation, they could visit our website, which is www.riafoundation.org. So the first step is to change the perception. So many still see disability as a curse or a punishment, or the mindset, which hurts the families very deeply. So parents with children with special needs deserve encouragement and judgment, and not judgment. I'm sorry. So support does not always mean financially. We welcome people to contribute in kind. Could be groceries, medicines, teaching aid, could be any equipment, or by even volunteering, with their time and skills. Of course, financial support is also of great help because we have salaries to pay, we have therapies, medicines, and other expenses. So that also. But I think every bit of help, could be big or small, would go a long way in making a difference. Our doors at Ria
Yes.
Foundation is always open. People can come, see the work they do, spend time with the children. We are always welcoming.
So, what do you specifically carry on with the special kids? Like, how do you take care of them?
So RIA Foundation is a lifetime care home. When we started this center, we realized that after 18, there are a lot of special schools for these children. But once they're 18 and above, there's absolutely nothing.
Okay.
So most of these kids are sent back home. Parents are aging, they're growing up, their tantrums. So the only question parents have is, after me, who? So we wanted to be one of the first lifetime care homes in Dakshin Kannada, which we are. So we started this lifetime care home, but then we realized, instead of keeping children inside four walls, why don't we train them? So we do a lot of therapy sessions. There is a lot of yoga, music, there's speech therapy, vocational training. There's a lot of other things. But other than this, we also make sure that, we take our kids to the mall, they go to the beaches. If there's somebody's wedding, they're performing there. If there is some event, they're there. So there's a lot of social exposure. So it's like home. They kind of get to see both sides of the world. There's a lot of love. And what makes Ria special is we listen to our kids. That's the most important thing. They do not, it's not driven by what we tell them. It's driven by what they want. So that's what makes them more happy at Ria. So that's what we do here.
Okay. Uh, Good to know that you got some connections in the social media so that people can approach you. So my last question of the session is like any guidance or anything you would like to tell to the younger generation?
Oh, yes. One, youth is beautiful. It's a gift that one should enjoy. I see a lot of these kids, stuck in the rigmarole of life. I think they should learn to enjoy life. There's a lot of fun elements. I mean, there are going to be days of trouble, but that's not the only thing life is all about. The best thing is, you need to think. We realize, once we get older, the mistakes that we did as a kid. Today's kids have, awesome number of tools, friends. There's so many things that they can involve themselves into. There's opportunities. So they should spend some time understanding themselves first. They need to listen to themselves. They need to talk to themselves. They need to, so my message to the younger generation uh, is very simple. Live with compassion and purpose. Don't get caught in the race for material success alone. Remember the values of kindness, care for your health, love, respect for family. Use your talent to serve the society, spread happiness, joy. That's the most important thing that I would share with them.
Yes. So it's good message you're given to everyone. So I hope this podcast help everybody who are watching. And thanks for being on this podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anna. It was so totally wonderful speaking to you. Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome.